Hi there guys, my name's Chris. I'm part of the team here at Shipping Cycles, and today we're introducing the first episode of Bike Talk. So this is a series of videos that we're going to do, which is kind of talking about some of the tech that's coming into the stores, and then any bits that we think you might find interesting, and also anything that you think you want to see, so we can get it on here and answer your questions for you. So this week we're going to start with looking at some of the new bits of tech that are out from SRAM, mainly focusing on the new GX AXS. So AXS has been around for a couple of years now, and it is SRAM's latest in wireless shifting. What you'll find with that is it's more accurate and it's more consistent throughout its lifespan. A lot of people, or the main question that we get asked is, why do I need wireless shifting? Why do I need anything that's electronic versus a cable derailleur? I use traditional mechanical style mechs. Well, first off, your current shifter and derailleur are fully dependent on the bit that sits in between them, so i.e. the cable. You could have the highest quality mech and shifter, but at the end of the day, if the cable in the middle isn't up to par, i.e. it's got corrosion, it's got bits of grime and gunk inside of it, then it's not going to quite work as well as it should. So what the electronic stuff does is it takes away that middle cable. Therefore, you are purely getting the quality that comes from the mech and the shifter, which kind of reduces things like cable stretch. There isn't any to deal with anymore. Throughout the entire life of the derailleur, unless something external happens to it, there isn't going to be any real tuning that needs doing, whereas normally we'd see within the first kind of couple weeks of a bike's life, it's coming back into the shop, and we're changing some things around, kind of reading the cable tension and whatnot, usual kind of bedding in issues. So what we're going to do is we're going to answer some of the common questions, and then also some questions that you guys have sent in as well, kind of give us a chance to walk through the gear itself. But what we'll do is we'll start by kind of having a look what's in the latest in the upgrade kits by SRAM. So SRAM at the minute do upgrade kits for their mountain bike group sets, so that means that you get a rear derailleur, a shifter, and then all of the batteries and chargers and tools that you might need. So what we'll do is we'll open one of these here. So this is your upgrade kit here. So these retail at $554. Really good value for kind of in comparison to what's come out previously from SRAM when we're looking at the X01 and the XX1 AXS systems. So first off in the box, you have all of the manuals and warranty information just here. You get a coaster. You've got the rear mech firstly, the shifter, charger, battery, bar clamp if you're not running the proprietary SRAM clamp on the brakes, and then you've got a multi-tool and then also your B-tension tool as well. So in this box there is everything that you would need to set up your derailleur onto a new bike. Say if you got a bike that had NX or GX on it to start with, it's really nice because you could just buy the upgrade kit, and it's a straight bolt on as long as you're running one of the Eagle cassettes and chains. So in terms of the derailleur, we'll first take a look at it. Derailleur and shifter together, really nice kind of components, really well finished. We love them, they just feel really premium, especially to say that it is more going on SRAM's budget end of wireless shifting. To set up the derailleur, all you need is the battery. So the battery just slides into the back here and clamps down, and then you put the battery cover back over again. Again, a really nice addition that they included with the GX this year. And then all you need to do is wake the derailleur. So you'll see the red is flashing just there. That means that the battery's low. So you press and hold the pair button until the derailleur starts flashing. And then all you do is press and hold the shifter. And it'll flash again. and then you'll see it continues flashing. You just single click to confirm the selection, and then from there, we're all paired. And that's how easy it is. It kind of takes that little amount of time. From there, you've got loads of setup that you can do in terms of the app. You can adjust the micro shifts in between, so you can make sure that it's really tuned to your bike. So what we'll do is we'll go through some of the questions that you've sent in, and then also some of the questions that some of the staff have provided as well here at Chevin. So, first of all, how much does a spare battery cost? A spare battery costs £50. They are the same across the AXS range, so whether it's the road stuff, the mountain bike stuff, or the AXS dropper bursts, they all run the same battery. The nice thing about that is you can hot swap between products. So for example, if you have a GX rear end and an AXS dropper burst, you're going to use the mech a lot more than you are the dropper burst, which means that the battery is going to go quicker on the rear mech. If you're out and about and you get caught out to the point where you the mech doesn't work, you can actually take the battery from the rear dropper burst and hot swap it into the back of the mech, and that's just going to allow you to either prolong your ride or just kind of get back to the car under full ability pretty much. And it's exactly the same again throughout the road range. So you see here we've got some of the force group set as well. We've got the rear derailleur and the front derailleur. Same theory again, you're going to be shifting more with the rear derailleur than you are the front derailleur. So you can hot swap between the two to get the full kind of gear range in there. How long does the battery last? You're looking at around about 20 hours of battery time on the derailleurs. So that's 20 hours of ride time. More than enough unless you're doing an epic ride somewhere, in which case take a spare battery with you. So one of the questions that we've got is, can it be hacked by the Russians / your mates? No. So unless somebody has physical contact with your derailleur and pairs your derailleur to another shifter, then no, they can't do anything. So they use a specific, SRAM uses a specific protocol to make sure that even if multiple people have an AXS drivetrain, that they're not kind of meshing with each other, and that can be seen or it can be proved within the kind of various race circuits across country, and then you've also got the road races as well, where you've got multiple riders who are riding the same group sets, and then not having the issues of communication between different units. Now on to cleaning the drivetrain as a whole. So one of the questions that we get asked all the time with just bikes in general, but then also the electronic group sets are, can you power wash the bike, or what happens if you fall into a river? So the derailleurs themselves, specifically the GX AXS, has a rating of IP69K, which means it's high pressure rating, so it will take high water pressure. That being said, I wouldn't advise it. If you look into anything, so whether it's bottom brackets, hubs, anything that has grease in it, if you're pressure washing that, then you're forcing the grease out of that system. So it's not going to be able to do its job as effectively. So whereas it will take the beating of the jet washer, as with any part on a bike, we wouldn't recommend jet washing anything really. Is it compatible with Di2 is another question, and again no, Di2 is a wired electronic shifting, whereas the AXS is a wireless. So another one of the concerns that we get kind of quite frequently with any of the electronic gearing, and more so when it came into the mountain bike side of things, was the fact that people were scared of hitting the derailleur or breaking it. After all, it's an expensive derailleur to just break. So far, we haven't seen one here that's been broken, and that's probably thanks to a lot of the safety mechanisms that the derailleur has built in. So it has the Type 3 clutch in the arm here, and that just means that you're having less chain slap. It also means that you've got less chance of it misshifting or kind of guiding the chain away from the bike. So that's going to keep your frame safe as well as keep the chain from kind of getting caught up anywhere, therefore causing any damage to the derailleur. And you've also got the overload clutch, which is built in to the derailleur as well. So you will, if you've seen any of the SRAM videos based on the AXS mountain bike derailleurs, you'll have seen somebody hitting it with a hammer. It's quite a cringe-worthy event. And the derailleur just kind of glides out of the way, and that's basically a safety feature that SRAM have built in. So if you strike the derailleur on anything on the side, it's going to protect the derailleur. It's going to hang it further underneath the frame, and then it's going to pop back into place after the event. So it means that you're less likely to break the internals. It's not kind of just grinding gears when you press against it. It's going to kind of go past and slip past a point. And allow itself to really get back into free motion again. And then finally what we're going to do is we're going to look at the range as a whole. So you can see we've got a fair few boxes here. So we've got some of the SRAM Red lineup, and then we've also got the Force, or bits of Force in here as well. So Force derailleur and derailleurs. Anything that is AXS is compatible across the board, so that means that their shifters will talk to the mechs. What that doesn't mean is that anything that is SRAM Eagle will work with Force and Force work with Eagle, or Red or Rival or any of the other road group sets. Any of the road group sets need their specific chain and cassette because they're a flat top chain and the cassettes are a smaller ratio. And anything that is Eagle will need a Eagle component. So those are the two main ones. If you think of it as a Force, Rival or Red needs a Force, Rival or Red chain and cassette, and anything that is Eagle needs an Eagle chain and cassette. The shifters you can mix and match. That's the bit that's kind of cross-compatible. So one of the popular ones that we've seen on a lot of the gravel bikes at the minute is a single chainring on the front, quite a large tooth chainring, with a Eagle rear mech. And we think this is going to be a really popular combination, especially with the introduction of Rival and GX AXS, because the value for money and what's available at that price is fantastic. And that's what we would call a mullet setup. So it's got the single chainring on the front and the big cassette range on the back. So it opens up loads of opportunities for where you can ride, how you can ride. And also you're getting heavier, burlier equipment, so the bigger derailleur, if you are wanting to take your gravel bike a little bit further off the trail. So as always, if you've got any questions, just leave them in the comments, pop in store, get in touch. We've been more than happy to answer them. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.